On both Instagram and on Facebook this morning again. And so I'm saying hello to everybody. The Facebook is where you're going to see the archived stuff. So if you are watching this on Instagram and wondering what has been going on, go to the Anatomy Party Facebook group and you will see all kinds of cool other stuff, the previous videos, etc. All right. So it is day 3, yes, day 3 of our Mind Body Anatomy Challenge. This is where we challenge ourselves on our knowledge of knee anatomy because things with ends in them are fun. So I'm Alyssa Mahalik, registered somatic movement educator, therapist, certified personal trainer, Pilates teacher trainer, anatomist, and general big honking nerd. It's, again, day 3 of our 3-day preview, so I hope you've got some good information out of this, and if you didn't, well, you can always sign up for Mind Body Anatomy Club and you can go even deeper. If you've already gotten fantastic information out of that, yes, let me know. I love telling people about it, and I love knowing when people are really getting good information. The Mind Body Anatomy Club is a new project I'm working on. We are doing 6 months of fresh new content. We are 2 months in. You can see there, so that means there's already 2 months worth of delicious information sitting in there and waiting for you to come and look and learn about shoulder range of motion and low back pain. So this month on the 17th, we're going to broadcast the full 1-hour knee information, how to deal with knee pain, all the practicalities, etc., of everything that I'm talking about here. But right now, we are going to talk about lifestyle choices that people make that can contribute to keeping knees in pain rather than letting your knees be happy, because unhappy knees just suck. There's no two ways about it. This is where you get to mindfully choose to organize your body to release the pain instead of ignoring your body and hoping the pain goes away, because how's that working for you, right? Yeah, it never works for me either. Just saying. So first off, I am broadcasting here from sitting on my ass in a chair. This is the worst thing about my job. I love being able to talk to people all over the world. I hate the fact that it involves long periods of sitting. It sucks for knees because immobility will equal pain. When you do not move, you will hurt yourself. So myself, I have a little exercise timer on my watch, which if I sit still for half an hour, it'll give me a little buzz saying, time to move, which is a giant pain. And I will freely admit that I'm like, oh, really? I have to get up? Okay, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna do a little dance or whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna do something. But I got up, I moved. You know, maybe I'll do something a little bit better organized, but hey, I'll get up and I'll move and then I'll get back. So getting up regularly is a big, big help. The other way you can trigger yourself to do this, drink a buttload of water, because not only will that help you stay hydrated, yay, but you're going to have to get up a whole bunch to go pee. That's a super handy way of keeping yourself hydrated and mobile, so you're not sitting still. The other thing is to watch what your feet are doing as you sit. Now, if you are like me, let's see if I can show this on. If you sit down here, now you can't see my feet at all. I will point my toes. I will bring them back underneath me. I will do pretty much anything to keep my feet from being flat on the floor. Right now, I have 2 yoga blocks underneath my desk to remind me to put my feet flat on the floor or flat on the yoga blocks. This chair is actually just a little bit high for me to sit comfortably. Long femurs, short tibia fibula. It happens. So whatever you can do to help remind yourself to keep your feet flat on the floor, that's going to be really, really important. If your feet are not flat on the floor, you're going to start twisting your knees in weird ways, in which case you need to go back to day 1 and see exactly why that's not a good idea. All right, the next thing, knee hyperextension. Whenever you lock your knees backwards, what you are doing is you're putting pressure on the front of the knee joint. Check this out. Come here, Boney. Napoleon, bony parts. Let's bring this knee up a little closer and bring my fancy camera down here. So here is a knee. When this knee bends, it does this. That's cool. I'm so going to have to replace these ligaments before class on the 17th. When this knee goes backwards, it can. What's happening here is that the femur, the bottom of the femur, is now basically putting a dent in the top of the fibula, top of the tibia, alliteration. So perhaps you can see this, what it's doing here. When it's well balanced, there's space. What goes in that space? Well, on Boney, a lot of tape. On you, your menisci, which help to grease and cushion your knee joint. That is super important, because when your knee joint is not greased or cushioned, then eventually you're going to end up with cartilage rubbing on cartilage. And worse, once that wears away, you get bone on bone and then everything goes to hell. Don't do that. So when you hyperextend your knees, not only are you doing terrible things for your ankles, hips, low back, shoulders, the rest of the body, you are also putting your bones in a position where they can start rubbing on each other faster. Don't do it. I don't care if you can hyperextend your knees. Don't do it. What you need to do is balance the femur directly over the tibia so that the surfaces match but don't go backwards. Even forwards is slightly better. Anytime anyone's ever telling you to soften your knees, this is what they're talking about, okay? So do not hyperextend your knees. Do not sit for long periods of time without moving your feet. Do not, I'm doing it again, do not tuck your feet up underneath your chair. Keep your feet flat on the floor when you are sitting at a desk. Right, next, tight calves. This one is really important because, you know, here I am prepping for knee class. I'm spending a lot of time paying attention to my knees. I'm like, dang, what's going on with my left knee? Something is. You know what that something is? Tight calves. So I go, and this morning, I go to the gym. One of the things I do is fine. I'm just going to stretch out my calf muscle, specifically my gastrocnemius for all the nerds in the house. And if you don't know what that one is, you definitely need to go back and watch class 1. And you also definitely need to join Mind Body Anatomy Club, because we're going to go into way more detail there. So I'm stretching out my calf for about 90 seconds until I feel the release stop. Again, we'll go more into that later. When you feel the release stop, it's like, okay, it stretched as much as it's going to, and that's awesome. So now that's happened. My knee has been totally fine and has not been bugging me since. So stretch your calves. When your calves are tight, they pull the lower leg out of alignment with the thigh bone. Then that joint that's supposed to be a nice even hinge starts rotating. Things that rotate when they're not supposed to rotate, all hell breaks loose and you get knee pain. Misaligned joints are sad joints. Have happy joints. Happy joints are your friends. Next, shoe choice. Yes. Now, much as I am a fan of barefoot shoes, I am also going to say that shoes with no cushioning on concrete, not your friend. Especially if you've had knee injuries in the past, and double especially if you have meniscus issues. One of the things that menisci do, one meniscus, two menisci, one of the things that menisci do is they provide cushioning for your knee joints. When you do not have enough cushioning, well then, you've got bone pounding on bone. Did I mention that bone pounding on bone sucks? Don't do it. So if your joints don't have enough cushioning, you need to add cushioning by adding cushioned shoes, which is great right up until we get to the last thing, which is overly cushioned shoes. When your shoes are really squashy, anybody remember the MBTs, the Masai Balance trainers, Masai Barefoot trainers? So there's a lot of shoes that will challenge your stability, which is awesome if you have good knee mechanics and if you can maintain good foot and ankle position while you are wearing them. Otherwise, you are just going to damage yourself, because what you're doing is you're creating instability under your feet, which creates instability in the ankle, which, guess what? Everything's connected, is going to create instability in your knee. So, super unstable shoes, maybe not your best choice if you already have knee pain. Uncushioned shoes on concrete, maybe not your best choice if you already have knee pain. Not stretching your calves, definitely not your best choice if you have knee pain. Everybody watching this who has knee pain, go stretch your calf muscles right now. If you don't know how to do it, Google it. There's a gazillion calf stretches out there on YouTube, on Google, everywhere. Go stretch your calves. You will feel so much better. Do not hyperextend your knees. Do not sit for long periods of time, especially with your feet doing anything other than being flat on the ground. Right. We are going to look at specific exercise and postural corrections to sort out your knee on August 17th in the Mind Body Anatomy Club. If this information that we've given you in these past 3 days is enough for you, fantastic. Let me know. I want to know if this is helping or if you need more information. If you need more information, again, it's going to happen in the Mind Body Anatomy Club. So I'm probably going to say go join the Mind Body Anatomy Club. But I'd like to hear about what you want to know more about, because then I can give it to you. You don't tell me, I don't hear, I can't do it. So help me out, okay? Let me know what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of, what you need. So like I said, specific exercises, specific postural corrections. We're going to go deep into this on August 17th in the Mind Body Anatomy Club. The topic, yes, you might have guessed, is knees. And you can sign up at somaticanatomy.com/register. If you have not gone there yet, you definitely should, because it's super cool. In the upcoming months, we're also going to look at feet. We're going to look at hips, and one super special surprise that we're all voting on at this very moment in the Mind Body Anatomy Club Facebook group. So if you want a really full body perspective on knees, you really should be joining up, because you're going to need that information. If you just specifically want to learn the knees, you know what? You should still join up, because if your knee is hurt, I can guarantee you've got hip and foot problems. So you should join that up. And you've probably got lower back and shoulder problems too, which is already there waiting for you to check out that information and sort out your shoulder and back. All right? Even if you can't make the actual live broadcast time, the replays are in there for as long as you're in the group, plus a growing archive of supplementary material, because I'm a nerd and I can't stop. So somaticanatomy.com/register. And I will see you guys online. I will see you guys in the Anatomy Club, and I will see you guys here. Hello. I will see you guys right here in either the Instagram feed, which does happen every so often, or the Anatomy Club Facebook group. And if you guys on Instagram are not in the Anatomy group or the Anatomy Party on Facebook, you should go search the Anatomy Party and join up, because we have some bomb-ass articles that have been popping up lately, okay? Enjoy your anatomy. Enjoy your knees, because you actually can. One of my big things is, hey, if your body hurts, you can't enjoy your life properly. I want everybody to be able to enjoy their beautiful lives and go out there and train harder. Which reminds me, it's time for me to go to Kung Fu class. I will see you guys online or in person. Ba-doom, ba-doom.